Hello, my Aries friends. Welcome to a general reading here on Daily Divine Guidance. This is for Aries sun, moon, or rising signs. My friends, I ask that you please read the disclaimer in the description box below, as well as the prayer we would say during the reading. I now say it before the readings, okay? We're doing general readings for the time being because of all that's going on in the world. It's probably better to just kind of see what energy is flowing to us and through us and what we need to be aware of generally over the coming weeks, and hopefully not more than that. But if we have to keep going with generals, we'll go with generals, you guys, okay? So Aries, first I want to tell you happy Aries season. Happy birthday to my sun sign Aries friends, to Aries sun or excuse me, moon or rising signs. Happy Aries season. It is a beautiful time, even though we're having a global crisis right now. It's still a beautiful time, okay? So what I decided this week is we're going to use our new tarot deck. We're going to still pull 8 cards for a time. Got our clarifier deck over here. And then I just got these cards. These cards are the Earth Magic cards. And I thought that these would be good for us because a lot of us being kind of stuck at home, especially if you're isolating alone, could start to feel a little stir crazy, a little anxious, some not so great energies. So with the Earth Magic cards, I thought we could get some messages on grounding, okay? So let's go ahead and start here. These cards, these tarot cards that we're going to be using are absolutely beautiful. I love them. I may not use them in every reading from here on out, but I did feel this was a good opportunity to bring them in. Let's see. Okay. Message for Aries. Okay, this is a projection of energies over the next 4 weeks. For you, my Aries friends, what you need to know, what you need to be aware of, what you need to be reminded of. Time is fluid, so you may see some reminders from the past, as well as energies projecting beyond 28 days, okay? So let's pull 4 cards for you really quickly. There's 1, 2, 3, 1 more please, and 4, 5. Okay, that works. We're still not reading reversals at this time, okay, my friends? Let's see here. Ooh. Before we go on with this, let's make sure you can see everything here. Putting these 4 together, we do have a little bit of an obstacle with that 10 of Swords. However, it's not that big of an obstacle. I do not feel like this is going to be a huge problem. So far, I'm going to get a clarifier for it, though, really quickly. You have the 4 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and the King of Wands. There is our clarifier for the 10 of Swords. Okay, so you have 3 of 4 aces here. The only ace you don't have is the Ace of Cups. Aries, okay? There's a lot of thought happening here, and it's a particular thought, okay? There's a lot of reminiscing, a lot of looking back on the past, a lot of reevaluation happening here. As 4 of Cups, you can see that she is directing, even though she's touching that 4th cup, her energy is directed, her posture, her thoughts are directed to those 3 cups that are sitting there. Yet the 1 cup, again, even though she's touching it and it is hers, the 1 cup that has that fluid, divine love and power coming into it and flowing from it, she's not looking at it, okay? So there is an offer here. I mean, you have 3 aces. There is a new beginning that's coming through for you, Aries, that you're maybe not... Okay, first of all, Aries, if you can hear that music, it will pass. It is my neighbor. Just coming to check on the property. But Aries, okay. So you have a lot of new stuff, a lot of this really vibrant, beautiful new energy coming in for you. But what is it in your past that you're thinking about? I'm curious because it brings that Ten of Swords out, and I feel like the Ten of Swords, I feel like what's happening for you, Aries, is it's like, right, we've talked about this almost every time that your guys' readings have been the most impactful readings I've done over the last year, and I'm not an Aries, but the transition that you guys have been through, those of you who have resonated over the last year, I feel like it's kind of closing out a chapter right now, okay? You're looking back on things, you're evaluating them, you're reminiscent, you're I don't feel like it's a bad thing. This is not bad, but you're still focusing on the past when it's time to start looking to the future, because there is some really amazing stuff coming in here. With the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands, this is a freedom for you. You are going to experience a freedom that I don't know that some of you have ever known, okay? You're going to experience a freedom that is independent from others, a freedom that is mentally like independent, financially independent, energetically independent. There's just this freedom and this sense of independence that you're going to be experiencing, or that's wanting or trying to come through as you're wrapping up this ending, or this kind of like revisitation of what's happened, okay? It's almost bittersweet. It's almost bittersweet. I feel like you're in this kind of bittersweet place here, because that Ten of Swords is about endings, and it's about deep wounds and pain and feeling like betrayed, feeling like you've lost. And I feel like that's what you are releasing. You're looking back on all of that feeling, and you're now starting to see the new beginnings that are coming in for you. I mean, that alone being clarified by the Ace of Wands, that very passionate, energetic, go-getter, ambitious ace that has like all this growth and potential. You are releasing the pain and allowing growth and success and light and clarity and connection and independence in, okay? Those three aces, that's what's happening. So you're still, for those who are resonating as this being a right now time, or this coming in, this is like a one last look back, okay? Not that you're ever going to not look back again and go, oh yeah, I remember that time, but this is like, you're really releasing here, because this explosion of beauty is coming right in for you. And look at where it has you seated, my friends. This card popped out. It wanted to come out. King of Wands, your energy, fire energy. This is the king that is successful. This is the king that has these visions and can see opportunities and takes them and is successful in them. This is the king that is the full-on passion and energy with everything that they do, okay? This king has a lion behind him, and he's not afraid. He's not afraid of what's behind him, because he's learned from his mistakes, or his, mistakes is kind of a bad word, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. He's learned from his past experiences. He knows very well and very clearly that there is a lion behind him, but he's not allowing that to intimidate him or to change his focus, right? And this is not gender specific. We're just going based on the visual of the card and the fact that it is a king. This is for anyone, any gender, it doesn't matter. But you come into a space of your own power, the highest power in the minor arcana for you, Aries. And it's like that past, right? Here you're looking at it, you're thinking about it, you're evaluating it. Here all these new beginnings are coming in, you're starting to let it go. Here you're like, yeah, the past is behind me. She was a bit of a biter, but I am standing here and I know what I've learned, and this is more of a lesson and growth than an attack, like something that can come and attack me, okay? So much clarity and breakthroughs, so many new ideas happening here with that Ace of Wands, that independence financially, and I feel independence, whether it's financial or not. The Ace of Pentacles to me is really representing this independence. Like if you look at this card, you're growing your own roots now, right? You're growing your own roots, and look at what it's growing. It's starting to bud and blossom. You are growing this yourself. Ace of Wands, again, that very passionate, energetic energy, presence that is so successful. Okay. All right. This is definitely, okay. Let's quit shuffling. Let's get 3 more cards, please, for Aries. 1, 2. You can't have all of those, Aries. I'm sorry. Wow. Beautiful, Aries. This is such a good time for you. Yep. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Aries. Look at the message here for you. My goodness, my friends. Wow. How beautiful is this? You have the 9 of Swords, the World, the Star, and Death and Rebirth, which is the Death card, okay? I love how it's represented and shows death and rebirth, because that is Scorpio. Scorpio is death and rebirth. The Star card is Aquarius's card, okay? The World and the 9 of Swords. For some of you, I feel that the 9 of Swords is a releasing anxieties, worries, and fears about the independence, about what's coming in, about releasing the past. For others, I feel like the 9 of Swords is representing some things you may be feeling as you release the past, as you let things go. You may start to see yourself feeling a little more anxious, a little more worried. Maybe some dreams are happening, some subconscious, things are coming out in your dreams that are uncomfortable, okay? Because the 9 of Swords can also be nightmares. But these things are releasing from you as you're working through this last bit of this transition, Aries. I really do feel, though, that it's not something that's going to affect you for a very long time, or something that you'll cling to, especially because a lot of you have taken the last year to do a lot of learning, growing, and transitioning, okay? It's coming into a place of completion. Like, oh, this is kind of bittersweet, because I feel like a lot of you are going to be moving on to the next, like this whole transition, this last year, and what a lot of you have been experiencing is being completed. Like this, you're going to be it's a new chapter. A new chapter is happening for you. It's coming in, and these messages will change. They're going to shift for you, because you're coming into such a lighter space, a happier space. My friends, so many of you have ascended over the last year. So many of you have moved forward and released so much baggage and hurt, or you're working through it. You're growing through these things instead of allowing yourself to be seated in them. Completion is at hand here. Things are coming full circle to an end. The lesson that you were meant to learn has been learned, and it is being applied. You are applying it to your life, okay? The World card is incorporation, okay? Incorporating the things that you know now into your existence. The World card is about accomplishment. And what comes in after the World is the Star card. This is all about destiny and spirituality and faith and coming through the muck and the mud and coming out of the other side and being like, I did it, I made it, I made it. And things are starting to come to fruition for you that you probably didn't think would be possible. I mean, look at this. She's seated there, tons of stars, but it's almost like her star is a kite and it's been through a storm, but it's still there and she still has a hold of it. Things are coming into balance for you, my friends. Your destiny is starting to reveal itself. Not that it hasn't before, but you can see the picture now, okay? And then you have death and rebirth. And how beautiful is this for you? This is, again, Scorpio's card, the death card. But death and rebirth is telling you this is infinite, okay? This is not, some of you may be even experiencing past life healing, okay? This is not just, you know, a card about dying. It's endings, it's change, it's transition, it's the phoenix, it's rebirth. You're coming into a much better place in life, Aries. Those of you who have resonated, I am so excited and happy for you. So happy for you. This is such a shift for those who have resonated, especially if you've been watching since I started doing these kind of readings about 9 months ago. It's been a road for you guys, but damn it, you guys in your season, shit's changing for all the better. Pardon my language, but you know, you get excited about things as an adult. At least me. I tend to swear sometimes. All right, you guys. Really quickly, I do want to get a couple of these Earth Magic cards for you. I have not gone through and read the book yet, but we will read the card and then see what the book has to say. So let's get 2 of these cards for you. My friends, hang in there, okay? You are at the end of a road that you have probably been walking for a long, long time. You have river, rain and river. Maybe some of you have double R initials. You have purification and movement here. To me, that's saying it's a release. Purification, you're purifying your life. You're purifying your existence. You're like, again, it's almost that like sense of application, like you are applying now the lesson that you've learned and grown from. You will be applying it. You're to help purify, to help cleanse your life, to help relieve any similar types of situations in the future that you may face. And with movement, with the river here, this is absolutely beautiful. This almost makes me feel, you know, because a river will flow to, you know, a larger body of water, more specifically the ocean. This really lets us know that you are rejoining your forces. Like, it's not that you ever left, right? But you were more human for a minute, and experiencing that reconnection with spirit, with your higher self, with your higher power is happening at this time, which is really, really essential as you move forward from this ascension, okay? So with rain tells you to purify your mind, body, and spirit. Purifying your mind, body, and spirit is the task that is put before you. Purify your mind by identifying a prominent belief you may carry about yourself that inhibits you from being fully engaged in life, from showing up 100% of the time. Purify your heart by allowing yourself to breathe in and out blessings and forgiveness so that you can love even more deeply. Let yourself feel your grief, truly feel it, so that the rivers of your tears become miniature baptisms that help heal the wounds in your soul. It is no wonder that in some indigenous languages, water is called lifeblood, as it is essential. as it is so essential to every form of life on earth. take time to purify yourself. And then you have a river. And river says, fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what may be coming by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Your resistance is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. Surrender to the movement of life. Be grateful, and you will see the sign along the shore and the river itself that offers you clues about the direction of your egoless self should be making. The direction your egoless self is to be making. Hello, Brianna. Go with the flow, my Aries friends, is more than a trite aphorism here. Aphorism. Jeez Louise. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will be in the know. So basically, let your life flow. Release yourself from that Four of Cups. Stop looking back at the past when you're ready, because you do still need to feel. You still need to release some things. But as you find yourself more and more ready, go from rain, from that feeling, from that purification, into flow, into the river, into the movement, to where you are doing that reconnection with the divine. Because, my friends, you are sitting in your highest power in the minor arcana. You have a lot of wonderful, beautiful things coming in for you. It's going to be amazing. My Aries friends, again, happy Aries season. Happy birthday to my Aries sun signs. If you enjoyed this reading, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us get the message out to more of our Aries friends. I'll be back next week with another general reading, so stay tuned for that, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe, everybody.